It's our responsibility as a community to do everything we can all the time to improve where we're at. We're grateful for previous leadership, whether that goes back 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. We get to benefit from that now. But that also requires us to think about what's next.
Quality of life is becoming a bigger part of where people, or why people choose to be where they are. Invest in infrastructure, support projects to build things that are going to benefit future generations.
We started realizing and understanding the importance of putting our eggs in multiple baskets.
The assets that have been invested in, whether it's the new airport, Magic City Discovery Center, a new hospital, or even City Hall being located downtown.
Maybe it's leisure, maybe it's shopping, maybe it's an event, maybe it's sports tours, maybe it's concerts.
Great restaurants, boutique shops to some of the larger businesses.
North Dakota State Fair, and we love that event and what that does for our community. North Coast Fest, so many other events.
We also have things like the zoo and just attractions that really make Minot stand out over and beyond other places.
Healthcare, or the base, or events, or attractions, or sports tourism. You know what? Nobody gets to carry all the water. It is responsible. It is important for each of those entities to do their part, and that, in fact, is what will make the difference.
One mile of pavement, a runway, will get you anywhere in the world.
Skyway 5678, contact departure, have a good day.
Terminal buildings are not built, like brand new terminal buildings like this, are not built very often. We've been lucky in the state of North Dakota overall that we've gotten quite a few new terminal buildings or major renovations.
When I first joined the council, I became chairman of the airport committee in the mid 80s. And at that time, we were operating out of the very original terminal. And we knew we had to do something to modernize, to join the real world with loading bridges and that sort of thing.
So our time in the old terminal, it certainly served its purpose, but our time frame in there was a lot shorter than anybody anticipated.
2001 happened, and there's a bunch of changes that happened there that affected the airport.
There are a lot of challenges with how we filled up that terminal so quickly.
But it was gangbusters to get it built.
The passion behind opening up the terminal, people were really excited. It was a really exciting time in Minot and Western North Dakota.
One of the things that we try to do, we make the decisions with, our crystal ball. We try to make decisions that won't impede our future.
And make sure that we can keep what we have in an excellent condition.
We employ quite a few people. They are your neighbors. They are people that work for the airline. They are people that work for car rentals in the restaurant. They're people that own their own businesses. And so all of this combined is a great economic boon to the community.
I think we've done really well for the 8 years that we've been here, and we're just going to keep doing the same.
It's a leap of faith. Just like this building is a leap of faith.
And we're very proud of you. So have a good deployment. Commander Stratcom out.
The economic impact of Minot Air Force Base is over $500 million every year. And so you'll see the Chamber EDC investing time, energy, and resources to make connections at all levels to make sure that we sustain and support our current missions and future missions, because we have a chance to really play a small role in supporting those that are serving in a much higher mission than what we're doing.
When planning for the future, especially in the fire department, we have to look at our response times. It's hard to argue with data. If we put in a station like this new Station 5, what's the growth that can happen in the future that can, will it cover that area so we don't have to move this station? Our opening day, when everyone came by, all the neighbors came over and they'd been watching it being constructed for over a year, and they just said, you know, it just fits. And that makes me feel good because we want to fit. We want to be one of their neighbors.
One of the biggest investments that we've made is in the logistics park, and we also have intermodal service. Minot is the only BNSF site certified location that BNSF actually promotes for economic development and bringing larger primary sector businesses into our state. Now North Dakota commodities and products are moving to global markets. There's so many things with economic development that people don't see. You can use the intermodal site, for example. That was a property that was not collecting taxes for a number of years. And with the efforts and investments that we've made into that park, that is now on the tax roll, generating revenue back to the city.
You can't do a good life without good healthcare. And so I think living your best life is made possible because of a building like this, because of the people inside the building.
We get to experience a modern healthcare facility that's going to bring us into the future. This facility is designed for the healthcare needs today, but it's also designed for the future. It's bringing a patient-centric experience.
It's going to be a huge impact to our economy. It's going to be great for healthcare. This town is going to rock in the medical community. So I'm just very proud for the whole community.
And so I think for our community, it means you can attract better people, you can keep people here, you can say we care about the things that matter to the people who live here. And with good health care, people want to live in a community that has good health care.
Sometimes people say, well, you have 100 people that work for you. That's what you have to take care of. But I always think of it as I have 100 people that help 50,000. So that's what I have to focus on is the 50,000. It's important for us to maintain what we have. We can't go backwards. We also need to look at what does the future bring? What is the future, because it changes every day? What can we do to best serve the people of Minot? Not just what helps the officer, but sometimes it's what helps the officer help the community.
We need to kind of be always reading the tea leaves to make sure, as we're responding to what, whether it's new career areas, new technologies, and then likewise, we also have to be thinking about what kinds of facilities do we need then to support that on the campus. That's a huge part of what we need to be thinking about on a daily basis, and in not just serving our students today, but serving the next generation, the next several generations of students down the road.
Yeah, I was a student at Minot State in the mid-'80s, and I had a great experience as a student athlete. I got a degree in math and physical education, and just had a wonderful experience. Spent obviously a lot of time in the MSU Dome. It was new at that time. Obviously we're 42 years into it now, I guess.
Look at that high school game, Marshall and Dwight County.
We beat them like 45-42. It's like ugly.
The Dome is important to Minot State University, but I think more important, it's critical to Minot, it's critical to the region, it's critical to the state of North Dakota. And so we have to, I think, always be thinking about not just the role that facilities or assets that we have here in the community, how important they are to the community, but more broadly, how important are they to the surrounding area and the rest of the state of North Dakota? And so we've got a great asset right here in the MSU Dome.
Really big thanks to those that did invest, and we think about that as generations go by, that we all have to invest in that next generation, those young people, and I think that's exactly what happened here.
It kind of accentuates the point of how important it becomes for all of us in the community to row in the same direction, to be on the same page. And so MSU, we've been fortunate to work with partners like the City of Minot, like the Chamber EDC, like wonderful healthcare organization like Trinity, like Dakota College at Botno, like with our local legislative leaders, on down the list. And when we're all kind of rowing in that same direction, we're all going to be better off. I've said many, many times over the years, Minot State is so much better off for being in such a supportive community like Minot. It makes us a better university. But likewise, I think the city of Minot is much better off for having a partner like MSU in its backyard as well. We work closely with the Minot Air Force Base, on down the list. And we're all better off when we're moving in the same direction.